This has been a very long time coming.
Yes.
Because I was actually going to end the interview with this, but I think I want to start.
Okay.
I sent an email about 4 years ago to yourself and your team, and I was brand new in radio, and I got your contact through my now ex-boyfriend who interviewed you years ago.
Awesome.
And it was the sweetest email I had personally ever written, and nothing came from it. But then a year later, I think the year was 2016, I somehow got in touch with your press or your plugging at the time.
Right.
And I think you were doing a show at Coco.
Oh,
I think it was your Coco show.
2 nights at Coco, yeah.
Yeah. And I was scheduled in to interview you after the show.
Yeah.
And I even sent an email to someone from Dreamville because they asked me to interview one of their artists, Baz. I was like, sorry, I can't interview Baz because I'm interviewing Robert Glasper after Coco. And that didn't happen either.
It didn't?
No, it didn't.
Did you come to Coco?
Yeah, I was there. I was there for the whole 2.5 hours.
And why did it happen?
It wasn't because of me.
Oh.
But I'm so happy this is now.
Well, we're here now, for sure.
This is way better now.
Oh,
it just
man.
feels so, I feel so much more accomplished now.
Yeah. Right.
That was an amazing show.
Right, thank you. Yeah,
I remember you were like towards the end where you were saying your thank yous. I actually ran out because my legs were so tired. Your shows are long, and then you still somehow have the energy to go outside and sign people's records.
Yeah.
And that night you even went to Ace Hotel with some of your fans.
Oh, snap.
You went clubbing afterwards.
Right.
Where do you get this energy from?
I'm just used to being on the road and being out, and it's just kind of like, I know I have fans, and I'm grateful for my fans. You know what I mean? And I never want to be that kind of artist. It's just like, screw the fans. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, some people
don't. They don't care. You know what I mean? But I do care. So even when I'm tired, I try to muster up the energy to go out and do that. You know what I mean? But sometimes it's also like a jet lag thing. If I'm flying and stuff like that, it's like I know I need to stay up for a certain amount of time before I go to.
Oh, you're doing like you're just being logistical. You're like, wait, if I get to bed at 5 a.m.,
then I can
my
do
body.
this. Yeah, exactly.
So that's the truth behind it. Really and truly, he didn't want to party with you guys.
It has nothing to do with the people. It's about my sleep. No,
what is one of your most memorable shows that you've played? Is there like a night that you've done that you will never forget? Whether that was a feeling in the crowd or a surprise that happened, someone that just joined.
There's too many.
I can imagine your history of gigs.
It's like that happens so much. I'm always like, what? Oh, this is happening?
What about the worst one you've ever done?
The worst one? No, last time I talked about a worst thing, I got a lot of press.
No, that was different. That was a different type
of
worst.
About?
Yeah. That's a different type of worst, though. This is from your own experience.
Yeah. I can't remember the worst.
We won't talk about that.
Yeah, I can't remember the worst. I mean, there have been times I've been playing and Stevie Wonder's came and sat next to me and played, like, hey, scoot over. Let's play Superstition together. Or like when Herbie surprised me at my birthday party and rolled up. Like,
but why is that the worst?
No, those are the best.
Oh, right. I was just like, that is not the worst.
No. Those are like the best.
If Stevie Wonder showed up at my birthday party,
right.
I would get arrested because I just ruined everything.
I've had so many great. It's just been a great ride. Like being in the place where I am now and having the respect of so many artists and so many of my absolute favorite artists. Having the respect of them it means a lot, and that it means a lot that they even want to come and watch me play, let alone be a part of it. You know what I mean? So it's amazing. There's so many artists that like that. So many people.
I know you've been talking a lot about the new project, Fuck Your Feelings, which I love the name because that's how I feel all the fucking time.
Day, for sure.
Just fuck your feelings.
Yep.
Now, I already heard you in the last interview talking about how it was kind of set up as a jazz or a jam session. The studio is bar, people are just hanging out.
Yep.
How do you make the decision of what tracks make the cut? Like, that must be impossible because
that's why there's 19 tracks.
This is a lot of music.
Because I couldn't make a decision. That's why. At first we were like, hey, let's do a bunch of stuff, a bunch of sounds, and after you edit everything, and we'll just see what happens, and we'll keep 12 like an album, you know? But then I was like, it's too many good things, and some things are small, short things, some things are long. So that's why I was like, this is like a mixtape. So that's why I said, hey, let's just call it a mixtape and put all 19 tracks on there, because it was very hard to choose. You know what I mean? I felt like every piece mattered. Every piece had a real place in there. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's why I did that. Because
and they all represent like different things that are happening in the music landscape right now.
Exactly.
Who was someone who surprised you the most? Like who kind of you didn't expect to do what they did when they came through the studio?
I think the person that surprised me the most on the album is Baby Rose. Because
that voice?
Yeah, for sure.
I was in LA a couple of years ago with my friend Mind Design. I don't know if you know him. He's an amazing producer, Stone's Throw. And we were hanging out with Iman Omari, like a couple of people. And we did this thing where everyone was like smoking, and it was everyone's turn to play the room an artist that they thought nobody would know.
Dope.
So Mind Design played Devin Morrison, who right now is absolutely killing the scene. And it was actually Iman who played Baby Rose. He's like, yo, I discovered this voice. And he just pressed play, and everyone just went, Billy.
You're like, who's this 60-year-old lady?
Mad. The pain in the voice.
So much pain. 100%. She's like 22.
Incredible.
Absolutely.
What do you think when you see someone like that? Like, what you must itch.
You want to know? I like when I see somebody. Well, first of all, you just don't see people like that. That's not normal. That's not. It's very rare to find somebody that like drenches, like grabs your soul and does that with it. You're like, you feel like you're listening to like Anita Simone, that like that kind of thing.
It's that Billie Holiday pain in that voice.
Yeah, it's not contrived. It's not her trying to sound like them, or it's not. You know what I mean? There's a lot of people who are artists that try to sound like Nina or try to sound like Billie, or that's their thing. You can tell like her voice it's weird.
Yeah.
It's beautifully weird and it's honest.
Yeah.
And you just want to interview her. You want to ask her what happened. You're like, you know what? Like I love your music. What happened?
I completely get that.
You can't sound like that and everything's okay. Like something happened. Like you can't have that kind of voice and things didn't go wrong. Like something happened. So yeah, I was really happy to have her on the project. You know what I mean? And it was just beautiful. I just sent her the track. I didn't tell her what to do, anything.
And she's killing it right now. She's on tour. She's going to be in London in like 2 weeks or something.
Oh, dope.
Yep. So that would be really exciting.
Yeah.
Going to take it completely left now.
Yep.
Can we talk about your dad chicken seasoning practices for 1 second? It's just... No, but is that... I'm sorry. Is it always in the sink with the hands?
So that is a Southern thing. I'm from Texas.
Yes.
That's a very Southern way. You wash, obviously, you wash out the dish, the sink.
I hope, they
scrub the sink, of course.
I suggest everyone also go to Robert Glasper's Instagram, scroll down to Christmas time, and then you know what we're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about. He scrubs down the sink, make sure it's clean, and then you put the chicken in the sink, to the stopper, and then you just season it and roll it around. Wash your hands, of course, and roll it around and season it, and boom, 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 boom. That's the quickest way, most efficient way, and the best way to get every piece of chicken. When you have a lot of chicken.
Right, I saw.
Yeah.
It was a lot of chicken.
Anything. You can do anything in there like that. But that's because no bowl is bigger than your sink.
I love how he said, you might know things about playing the piano, but you don't know shit about seasoning
chicken. You don't know shit about this here, boy.
Okay. And then you guys were in the car, and you were giving him shit for the music he was playing.
Yeah, my dad's a smooth jazz buff.
It's so cute though, and he was
it.
trying to uplift your spirit.
Loves it. He'll put on some random Christmas smooth jazz.
It was really cute.
Album.
It was really cute, and the way you were sitting next to him hating on him really hurt my feelings. You basically told your dad fuck your feelings
all day for sure.
Why?
100%.
So rude.
Definitely.
Is your dad really proud of you?
Oh, he's the proudest dad. I don't think there's a prouder dad. My dad, he makes shirts. No, he makes shirts. And when I won my very first Grammy, he made a shirt. I'm the proud father of a Grammy winner.
Oh my
Robert
God.
Glasper had my website in the back.
Oh.
So fast forward, it kept going. I'm a proud father of a 2-time Grammy winner. He made another one, 3-time Grammy winner, made another one, 4-time Grammy winner. When I won an Emmy, 4-time Grammy winner and Emmy winner. Robert Glasper, blah, 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 blah.
Like that sure is running out of space
He's
now.
running out of space. He's going to wear a dress.
Oh my God.
Yeah, but he literally makes those, and he saved he has these things locked in the safe, and he has my ribbons from track. And when I was in 2nd grade, like
that's really
any clippings
sweet.
of it, like he has everything. He's like super, super proud.
What's the most valuable lesson he taught you?
How to be a good father.
Amazing.
You know what I mean? Yeah, he's a great dad, and I learned how to be a father because of him. You know what I mean? So I feel like I'm doing the best job that I can with my son Riley. You know? And so that was the best thing, just seeing how committed he was to being a good dad. You know,
that's amazing.
Yeah.
I would really, if I could ask you one thing, is to every time you go back home, just more content with your dad, please.
Oh yeah. No, people want me to do a show.
Yeah,
like,
I was gonna say that. I was legit gonna say that. You should do a show with your dad.
Yeah, for sure.
And also, he could like maybe. I also love when you critiqued his music choice in the car. He was like, "I don't know what you guys do up there in New York, but you're in the South now." I was like, "Yes, Dad. You fucking tell him. He forgot where he came from.
Exactly.
He put you in the spot."
100%.
What's the song that recently came out that you wish you wrote?
That's a nice question. That's a very good question. Of all the interviews I've done in my life, that's a really good question. High five.
Did you get that? That's what happens when you've been waiting to talk to somebody for 4 fucking years. Okay? I want one of your dad's shirts.
Right,
Does he sell them? Does he sell them?
No, he just makes one for himself and wears it.
That's so cute. I'm gonna try to like remake it. Anyways, go back to the
that recently came out.
Yeah, or actually if you have something in mind that wasn't recent. I'd be curious to know what you wish that you wrote.
A song that I wish I wrote that came out. Is it for artistic purposes or monetary purposes?
No, let's go with okay, one of each. Yeah. That's really interesting sub question.
Yeah.
Of all the interviews I've done, that's the one.
For both?
Yeah. What would have made you a lot of money that you missed out
on? I'd probably say in recent years, I'd probably say Keke.
Oh, excellent choice. Yeah, we could have all gotten really rich off of that song.
Just because it was not just the song. It was also as a part of the culture because of the dancing and the whole thing.
Viral thing.
And
I
just met oh boy.
The comedian?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just met him I just filmed the photograph.
He got a whole career off of that.
100%.
He became rich.
100%. No, it's like a real thing. So it changed the culture. It had all the actors and the musicians trying to do that, so it was a thing.
Yeah.
So I felt like if I could say I was the reason for that.
Yeah.
Then
Knowing Drake, he's gonna slide in your DMs if he sees this.
Also,
you know what he's like. He's gonna be like, "Hey, yo, Robert.
Hey, well, let's do it. I'm out here, Drake. I'm out here for you."
I would love to see. I would love to see your Drake and Robert Glasper.
Oh God, I would too. 100%.
That'd be sick.
100%. Well, he's one of the very few rappers who's actually musical and understands real music and loves real music.
Interesting.
You know what I mean? He really is. So I would definitely do something with Drake for sure. Drake, if you're watching, I would love to do something with you. Anything we can.
Okay, I'm playing the tambourine on this project. Is all I'm saying.
Yeah, for sure.
Triangle/tambourine.
Tambourine. Boom.
Okay, and then what would be the song for artistic purposes that you wish you wrote? Something that moved you so much.
Wow.
Yeah.
Artistic purpose. You know what I really like? I've been listening to a lot. Ocean Views. Nipsey Hussle.
Okay. Yeah.
It's a song called Ocean Views. It's really beautiful. It feels like something I played on already. You know what I mean? When I hear it, I hear myself in it.
That's a really nice way of describing it as well.
Yeah,
Right.
So I feel like I would have loved to have been a part of that if I could have. I actually didn't realize I met him. I was Terrace Martin was a good friend of mine.
Right.
And me and Terrace once a year we would do these shows in Compton where he's from, like in a really kind of like bad part of town. Let's just say whatever. And we'd make a free show.
Nice.
And we did a show at the back of an art gallery. It was a free show, families, everybody could come. And we were backstage talking, and Nipsey came back there. We had a little conversation, but I didn't even remember. I didn't know it was Nipsey.
Right.
Till after he passed away.
And then you realized.
And then Terrence was like, I was like, man, I wish I could have met him. He's like, bro, you met him. We talked. That was him. But he was so cool and so regular. You know, you talk to somebody that's so cool and so regular, you don't realize that was that person.
That was that person, yeah. And they did something that impactful. Yeah. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Well, that's also a nice memory to cherish, though.
Yeah, it is.
And at least you do remember it now.
Yeah, exactly.
It would have been very offensive if you didn't remember it at all.
Exactly.
You've been in London many times. Yeah. I think in the last, let's say 5 years, especially for someone, so like I'm 29 going into 30 now, so I've been in London for 8 years, and I've witnessed the new jazz movement, just to call it that, for easier purposes. And what I find really interesting is I just overheard you say in another interview that you really like how when you're in the States, like if you like hip hop, there's one channel for that. If you like, it's very segregated. And I think I'm born and raised in Amsterdam, so for me, eclectic is the most normal sound. Like I don't know anything else, and I've been at this new jazz revival thing that's happening in the UK with like Nubia Garcia and Bells Trio and all these amazing acts that Giles Peterson indeed has put on very actively. And what then surprises me is in the day and age of the internet, where all these amazing musicians in New York and LA or wherever see what we do, could easily do something similar. It's still, because I'm in New York still a lot and I go to LA every year, I still feel like there's something in the industry or how the masses are told to act within music, that this behavior is still not copied on the other side of the ocean or the pond. Why is that, and how come there's not many people like yourself who can?
Because it's in America, it's more frowned upon. It's not so regular. Like you said, I love the radio here because it's not segregated. No. It's just radio. It's just open.
People just play what they want to play.
People play what they want to play.
Yeah.
So the musicians are they feel okay to do that. That's all they know.
Yeah.
But in America, it's the opposite. You have to fight to do that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And when you have to fight to do it, it's like you're not used to it. So it's one of the things where most people, they play that one thing they play. If they're from church, they play church. If they play jazz, they play jazz. If they play R&B, they play R&B. If they play hip hop, they play hip hop.
Right.
Not many people are truly floating between those in the real way. You know what I mean? Some people, like I said before, some people play, if they're a hip hop musician, a lot of times they play at jazz. They never really studied it. They don't know anything about it, but they heard something about it and know the one thing they do, but they're not really a jazz musician because they didn't play with the. In order to get successful at playing in the other genres of music, I always tell people you have to play with the people who play those genres. Yeah. If you're a church musician or a hip hop musician, you want to play jazz, don't play jazz with other church musicians and hip hop musicians.
Because it becomes like a cover act, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's not gonna translate. You're not gonna learn anything. You're not playing it right. You have to play it with the people who actually play it. You have to get into those rooms, get into those jam sessions, get a teacher that does that. You have to really get in those rooms.
Yeah.
Or you're not gonna be good. You're not gonna be authentic. It's not gonna work. You'll fool some people.
Right. Yeah. Maybe there's.
But in real life, you're not gonna fool it. So like, for me, I play with the masters and the best people in every genre, all those genres.
Yeah.
In hip hop, R&B, jazz, and and even country music. I've done some stuff in country music people don't even know. You know what I'm saying? Like, but that's a real thing. You got to get into that. You got to get into there and play, so you'll know what makes that genre that genre. What are the little things that make that? You know what I mean? What are the things you got to know? You know what I mean?
The essentials of every sound.
The essentials of exactly. The essentials of the sound.
What is the sound you'd like to experiment with that you haven't, or at least we haven't heard of? Maybe you have been experimenting.
So many. I mean, there's so many genres now, subgenres of the genre. They call this, and they call this, and I lose track.
Every time so the Grammys to me are fascinating because in Europe we don't really care about the Grammys that much, but this year. Or like last year when the nominations came out, I was in LA when they came out. So I was with all these artists that were really upset. Like everyone felt snubbed. I've never heard the word used being as much as around that week. And then I was looking at the categories online and there's already so many categories. There's like blues instrumental with this, that.
There's like legitly 90 categories. And
people are still angry about.
And the 80 of them are on the pre-tail. 80 of them you don't see on live television.
Yes.
They only show 10 on TV. Then the other 80 are on the pre-tail, which you can watch online.
Yes.
But there's so many.
And then there's an acoustic and a non-acoustic of every sound. And it's nuts.
No, exactly. It's super crazy. It's like, what? That's an actual genre?
That's a sound?
That's hula hooping country music with electric keyboards. What?
That's your next project.
What the hell?
Robert, that's your next project.
That's the next project. I hula hoop pretty good, actually.
You actually do hula hoop?
I don't know. It's been a real long time. I probably not.
Could you still hula hoop, you reckon?
I think I could, though.
Could you do multiple hoops?
No, just one.
Oh.
Just one. But I could probably do it.
That's a bit embarrassing.
Counterclockwise and clockwise.
Could you go up to your neck and then back to the ankles?
No, that's asking too much.
That's just too much.
That's too much.
Okay.
I'll probably throw my back out trying to dance.
Them days. Yeah, we don't do that no more.
Over.
If you could go back to one era in music, what era would it be?
70. I just love the sound.
It's
and
happy, isn't it?
It is.
It's happy.
And it was before the rules. You know what I mean?
Oh.
It was the 70s music, like that was when that's when you guys started getting fusion and things. And everybody was on drugs. Everybody was happy, but sad, but happy. But the music was just like, and just I love the sound. I love the thought process of people from that era too, you know.
I like what you said about sad but happy, because when you take, if you take like just acapellas, or you just look at lyrics from a lot of like the love songs from the 70s that we dance to a lot, they're really sad.
100%.
They're super like Heartbreak Hotel songs.
100%. I was literally talking about that the other day. People, if you really listen to the I Want to Dance with Somebody, Whitney Houston, it's a sad song.
Cher has this with her music. We tend to think that a lot of Cher songs are like super like empowering and fun, but when you take the pop music, which is distracting you, making you think it's a happy song, it's really dark and sad music
totally.
that they're talking about.
Totally.
I'm so glad that it's important.
Yeah.
This conversation is very important.
Indeed.
What's the next project gonna vibe?
Next project I'm doing.
I know you can't say anything. I heard that already, but I just want to know: are you gonna surprise us? Is it gonna be something that you're like?
It may. Depends on what you're looking for. I'm in the middle of working on Black Radio 3. Hula hooping will definitely be on Black Radio 3 for sure. 100%. You'll hear it.
You said it on camera now.
It's gonna be
so
crazy.
We're gonna hear you hula hooping. On the record.
Yep.
Okay. And I'm playing the tambourine.
I don't know about that.
Why
you have to audition. There's a lot of tambourine players that want to be on the album.
Really?
A lot of DJ / tambourine players / it's a lot.
Okay, I feel really attacked right now.
But I number 9.
Do you know what? I will murder this audition.
When's the audition? Next Thursday?
I'm there.
Next Thursday.
Where is it?
We'll figure it out.
Okay, can your people contact my people, please? Because I'm also very busy.
Yeah, I know. I know, I'm sure.
Because I also play the booty spoon. So, yeah.
Gotcha. I only have 3 of those.
You have 3 booty spoon players already? Wow, that's racist. That's fine. Cool. Thank you so much. I feel like after 4 years, this has been so worth it. It's been great. I might bust out the tambourine during your show later.
For sure.
You got security on stage?
Mm-hmm.
You do?
Yeah, Vinny, my manager.
Oh, cool.
Oh, no worries. I'm good.
I'm there. I'm bringing 2 tambourines. I'm bringing maracas. This is going to be a collaboration project. Yeah.
Awesome.
Thank you so much.
No problem.